Hello guys, and welcome back to another class of our course about the complete introduction to Photoshop. So what we talked about in the past few classes, we talked about layers and different other things. And what we are going to talk about today will be the little options up there. So basically those options are used pretty much for for organization. And when you guys have multiple layers and you want to create something with those layers, it's really useful basically to organize your layers into just one picture. So let's try it out. So we are going to talk about this today and also about the history panel. So basically what exactly we can do with the history and when you want to undo things. So basically we're gonna talk about those two topics. So let's start. So first thing, what exactly we need one picture. So this is exactly what we will do. We are going to import one picture right here. So our picture as we have it. So right there we have one picture and we can work with it. So we have our mountain picture right here. What we'll do, we'll make it a little bit smaller since we don't want it that big. Then what we want to do, we want to have multiple pictures. So what we'll do, we'll simply duplicate it. So we'll create 5 or 6 of those pictures. So Control C and then Control V. So as you can see, I have created maybe 6 of those pictures. So what we'll do, we'll simply put them everywhere. So here we go. We have our 6 pictures right here. All right. So right now that I have my 6 pictures, let's say I want to go back. So we'll start with the history part. So let's say I want to go back in time and delete one of those, or simply go back in time and see where, let's say I have made a mistake and I want to go back in time and see where exactly I have made a mistake. So I can click on Control Z, but once again, it can take a lot of time. And if you have done a lot of things, this could be complicated. So basically what we'll do, we are going to see the whole history of what we have just did. So pretty simple how exactly we do this. We simply go on window and here you will have all the little extensions that you can have access to. So basically you have character, color, and other things. What we are going to look for will be history. So history is right here. We are going to click on it. So as you can see here, we have everything that we have just done. Pretty much everything that is stored in history, so we can make it bigger. And as you can see, we have absolutely everything right here. So from the beginning, so we moved our layers, we duplicated our layers. What we moved our layers again. So let's say we want to come back in time right here. So as you can see here, we only have 4 layers. We can come back in time at the beginning right here. So here we have our 6 layers. So this is how we get access to all the history of what we have just did. So basically this element right there is pretty simple. What it does, it simply give us, it's like history on your web browser. It gives you the history of everything that you have just done. It's pretty much the same thing on Excel and Word. You have a browser, you have a little thing like this, but on Photoshop, it's right there, and this is how you get access to it. All right, so second thing, what I wanted to cover today is pretty simple. I wanted to cover the options right here. So you'll see it's pretty simple to understand. What it does, it's pretty much like, let's say, for example, on Excel, when you want to align your text, works pretty much the same way. But instead of aligning your text, making text alignments, it's gonna align your layers. And this is exactly what we'll do. So I think we are going to use even smaller layers in this case. So we are gonna make even smaller layers like this. We can delete the other layers. We don't necessarily need them. We are going to keep just this one. So what we'll do right now is pretty simple. Just Control C and Control V. And we are going to create a bunch of different layers. And you can put them whatever you want. So as you can see, we have layers pretty much everywhere. And what we'll do right now, we are going to select multiple layers. So how exactly you can select more than one layer? It's pretty simple. You simply click on the Shift button and you can select the number of layers that you want. So it could be Shift. For Mac users, it's gonna be Control. So here we go, we have selected all the layers that we want. And as you can see right now, those buttons right here got activated, and you can select how you want to put your layers. So basically, if you want to put them this way, you can do it. If you want to put them this way, you can do it as well. Once again, you decide how you want to put your layers. Once again, you can unselect them and re-put them everywhere and do the exact same thing. And what it will do, it will simply, as I said, align your layers. So let's do it again. So select your layers, well, all of your layers. Here we go. So we have all of our layers selected. Let's say we want to align it this way. So as you can see here, we have aligned it this way. Let's do it again. So we can select all our layers again. Here we go. Let's align it this way. So as you can see, once again, your layers get aligned. So right now we don't have only 2 left. It will just be aligned this way. So as you can see, this is how our layers get aligned. So basically the buttons right here are really useful to align your layers in a certain way. It's like aligning text, but in this case, it's alignment of layers. Once again, it could be really useful for, let's say, for example, if you have multiple layers, or let's say you have 10 layers in one picture that you want to work with and align them in a certain way. You can use the tools right here. They're pretty useful. Well, they're pretty useful. So as you can see, there are different other ways that you can align your layers. Not only this, you can, for example, select a bunch of layers. Instead of aligning all the layers, you can select, for example, 3 layers that you want to align and align them in a certain way. So as you can see here, we have aligned our 3 layers in a certain way. As you can see, it's pretty simple to use, and those are the basics of how you can align your layers. So I hope you guys learned something new today. So we talked about how to control the history and how to align your layers, which is pretty simple. So that's it for this class, guys, and see you all in our next class.